Hello.
Hi, this is Vic.
Yeah, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and today we want to discuss what?
Okay, yeah, so I wanted to talk about my dad's reaction when I told him I'm marrying a guy from Benue. so so this was what happened. Let me give you the rundown of what happened. We when we started dating, I sorry, this thing is yeah. So when we started dating, I did not tell anybody about it except for my mentor and my friends. So I now told my mom, and when I told my mom was like, okay, what's his name, what does he do, where is he from, all of that. She did not even question it. My mom kind of trusts my judgment, so for me to say, oh, I want to marry this person, I think she just feels that I know what is best for me. So I think so most of the time I think it's because I am the firstborn and she have seen that I've made good decisions repeatedly in my life. So she most of the time when it comes to relationships, she just trusts me. But when I want to shook my head inside the ones that don't make sense, like one relationship like that, she was like, it's no, are you sure this is it? But for us, she did not say anything. She was just like, oh, that's awesome. Then she now advised me that I should tell my dad about it, but she did not want to be the one to tell my dad about it. So, so she just told me that I should tell my dad. So I was like, okay, how do I tell my dad about it? So, so one day I called him, I greeted him. Oh, after greeting, hey. So daddy, I don't know how to put it. I'm sure doing there's somebody that you know that wants to marry me, and then he's a Christian. You have to sell the person and all. That he's a Christian, he's a child of
Abi?
God, he's a pastor. I even said he's a pastor that
Yeah.
that he started a church in Ibadan, which was the truth actually. That
Yeah,
is
we were in the process of starting a youth church, but I
yeah.
think then, or more like doing an evening fellowship.
Yeah, it was on
So before
Sunday
Friday,
evening. So
yeah.
I was like, started the church in Ibadan and all. My dad was like, which church does he attend? I said, yeah, he attends. I told him the name of the church. His church is not a common church. So my dad was like, when the person is not deeper life, is not redeemed, is not winners, is not Anglican. Those are like the most common churches. So when I told him, he was like, which church is that? I said, their headquarters is in Lagos. He now said, okay. So which
Right.
tribe is he from? I said it's from Benue. He said Benue. I said yes. I said boy, he lives in Lagos. So Uncle Tegbo Yoruba. I was really selling this our dear uncle to my dad. My dad was like, that he will say that we should go to the marriage committee, and that anything they said there, that I should let him know. So he just said that. But my mom was not just to me that when you called her that she it will not have spoken to you that she wants to marry somebody. She did not even see someone around this place. It's someone all the way in Benue. Benue, that you can't even see your in-laws. You can't even, like, he was really worried. And I was like, this person is someone that lived all his life in Lagos. He can even speak Yoruba, that kind of thing. It's not like his family is in Benue, or when they marry me, they're carrying me straight to Benue. But my dad was so afraid though. I think it took my mom trying to convince him, because at some point I was really pissed, because I was like, why would you've not even met him, you've not judged his character based on, oh, this is the kind of person he is or something, but just because you just said that he's from Benue, and Benue is so far away from Osun State, you just don't want to like him, or your spirit do not want to accept him, that kind of thing. So I was really pissed. But I know my mom and my dad, they understand each other, so I don't know the way my mom explained this thing to him to like calm his head very well. So he was really receptive. And then when we went to the MC too, what was the experience with your MC based on your tribe, huh?
With my
With the MC based on your tribe.
yeah. I mean, it feels like they were, will I say, a bit afraid, a bit inquisitive. They were asking so many things about the tribe. What's their culture? Do they worship some idols? Do they, I think one of the committee members said he knows that from my place they worship idols a lot. I felt somehow anyway. Really, I was like, is there a tribe that people do not really are they that there are no people that worship idols? I told him, I said, no, 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 my family are Christians. We grew up here. I don't really know anything about the culture. But really, I feel that um, we have Nigerians, but yet people are really not aware of different culture and different languages.
Yeah.
And some people have really not traveled out of their region, maybe the southwest. And so when they hear people come from one area, they just assume different things, and they get different things mixed up and stuff. But of course, it shows that they had worries, they had concerns.
Yeah,
They
they
were
had
trying to really
concerns.
ask a lot about the tribe.
As it should, though.
Yeah, of
I think
course.
it's when you don't know about something. For example, Benue is not, people know about Hausas, Igbos, and all, but not so many people have the knowledge of Benue
By Idoma.
as a Idoma, as a tribe. So I can understand their curiosity, but that is not the case now. My dad really loves him. He loves talking to him, that kind of thing. And I'm like, so what if you have blew up this chance of having a very great son-in-law just because of his tribe, we don't know so much about him, and then you ended up with a Yoruba man that does not give a damn about you, that does not respect you, that kind of thing, all in the bid to say, we want to marry someone from our culture and all. So we said it in our last video, that don't lose something that is really awesome just because of other people's biases. Bias means that some people are really just biased based on what they learned, what their parents told them, what their great grandfather told them about the tribe and all. But you yourself, by yourself, go and see it for yourself. The person you are with, is the person a good person? Do you understand each other? Is the person kind? Do they love God? Those are the questions you should first of all ask. And if you have issues with your parents, maybe based on the person you want to marry, maybe based on the culture, the first thing you should do is go to God. Because it is God that gave you that word, and if he has started something, he will definitely bring it to fruition. So once you've prayed about it, then prayerfully go to that person that is having that bias and explain things to them, that okay, if you said what are the things you don't like about this culture or this tribe, if you now the person now tells you now say that, but the person I'm with is like this, is like this, is like this, is not that kind of person. It is more about the person and not the tribe.
I think it's normal. Our parents are just trying to be protective in a way, so sometimes it's not bad. Then sometimes exposure too. It depends on your parent, your parent level of exposure. Like we have some parents that maybe they have traveled to different parts. For example, I was from a family that were more of my dad is a military man, so we have toured around different states. So they are more familiar with tribes. All right, so sometimes if your parents do not have sufficient knowledge about tribes, that level of exposure about different tribes, such things also could come up also. And I know it's just a belief sometimes where people say, you with your tribe, you are more secured, which is actually not true. Then I just want to say that, of course, even with this reaction at first time, what you needed to do was to pitch the person and make him understand. So I will say that it is normal, even though your parents at first time might come up with such thing like that, but you don't give up. You get to pitch the person. You are the one that wants to marry the person. For example, from my own end, I didn't really have much issues, because why? I already has pitch her well, like that. They will not even want to be asking me, do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's the way you also present the person you want to settle with that we determine how they even begin to crop up some questions. All right, because I didn't present it as if I was confused, I was asking for advice. I presented it more like I know what I have made a decision. This is what I want, and I know who I want to do it and stuff. I know then I was saying something in that video about one of my uncle like that came and said, Yoruba women are this, they are that, Yoruba tribe are this and that and stuff like that. But the truth is that I think I told him something jokingly, and I was like, oh wow, but you got married to an Idoma woman, the first woman, but you're not together, you have kids, and you guys are not even together with the kids and stuff, So he couldn't say anything anymore. So I just told him that if tribe was to be the yardstick for marital success, then you and the woman that you first married, that you have a child with, you should be together, and that just in a way just silencing in a way.
Yeah,
So
and I think maturity too, babe.
yeah,
Like if your parents feels like you are not matured enough to make a good decision for you, because they are protective of you, they might want to fight tooth and nail to help you make that good decision. If they feel like this guy is making a mistake or this boy is making a mistake and this thing will totally ruin alive, and you are not showing that I know what I am doing and I perfectly understand what it is that I'm going into, they might help you scatter it by themselves. So you have to show you, and that maturity, you can't just start showing it when you want to get married. You might need to show it in other areas. Like for a man, for example, when it's time to leave your father's house, you don't have to say, oh, it is when I want to get married that I need to leave the house. Get a job, rent your own house, be staying by yourself, send them money once in a while, and they know that you are matured, you are ready for marriage, and you are ready to make that decision. Do you get? As a woman too, there are other ways of like standing your ground in other decision making. It might just be something as little as I want to go out today, and then you know those kind of things. Like once you've built that maturity and trust with them over the years, then when it comes to marriage, they will not feel like they should be the one looking out for you, that kind of thing. So
yeah. So, and I think during the time of our parental concept, when our dad was trying to pray or give his own speech, I know he mentioned something about, it's not about whether it's Hausa or whether it's this thing. So I just know that
he has been worried about
daddy, this thing still in your mind anyway.
We are all one in Christ.
Yeah. But I know that this thing is still a concern for him. But we thank God all the same. It's been a good experience with him, and
even in the marriage,
I don't think he would have. He regretted that maybe the son-in-law is not a Yoruba guy that is not.
They speak English. Hello, my son. I'll say, who is your son?
Mama. Right, and my parents too. My mom gets to like her a lot, and my mom always even tell me, oh, she's an amazing person, I should take care of her, I should do this, and stuff like that. There's nobody saying anything about, oh, tribe, whether we are not hearing. Communication is just about we are hearing each other, whether it's speaking, is English, in any way, and that's just it. All right, so we're just sharing our story of our experience with our dear father-in-law. He's an amazing man. Anyway, whatever your own experience is, we're just trying to say, if you know what you want, stick by it, you can always overcome. It's just part of African culture, sometimes mentality, ideology, sometimes exposure to, as we said, and others.
Yeah.
But if you know what you want, just
go for it.
Just go for it, And whatever issue you might be having with your dad, might not be tribe, might be other issues, is not agreeing. I mean, just a little bit of patience, a little bit of prayers, a little bit of trying to talk to him and reason
and
with him.
And educate them. Sometimes they need to be educated.
Yeah.
They don't know everything too, but just patiently and prayerfully just explain.
Educate them.
Yeah.
And just know that most times they are just doing it for your good. They are just being careful because they want the best for you. So just take it easy. There's no need of fighting, abusing, and others. You need their blessings. You need their consent, and you need their support also all through the process.
Yeah, okay. So that's the end of our video. Don't go without subscribing to our channel.
Please do well to subscribe. We are doing all to give you very quality content. And we are not saying you should come and pay for it. All we are saying is that subscribe. So please don't watch this video and leave without being part of our subscriber. And then we have a what do you call it now? A Telegram group.
Yeah, we're going to include the link.
Be part of it.
Our channel.
Ask questions there. Ask us questions, and then we'll be ready. It's just a way to connect with us, And if you want to connect on Instagram too, you can just look for
Debbie and Vic.
Okay, Debbie and Vic, and then you can connect with us there. All right.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye. Yeah.
Okay.